Hi guys! I'm heading towards the DOCA rally I mentioned in my previous update video. I really want to bring you guys along, but I don't know how much video I'm going to be able to shoot there, and I also know that all of the talking and all of the sessions and stuff are going to be in Danish. Now, not a lot of you guys understand Danish. I think it's something like 4%. So what I'm going to do is I'll shoot a lot of video today, and then I'll see if I can do some voiceover on top of that, just to sort of give you guys the Cliff Note versions of what's happened today. It's my understanding that the rally is going to focus on preparing and planning your long-distance cruise. So that feeds directly into my hopes and dreams for my future cruising. So if you haven't already seen it, I suggest you go check out the video on my hopes and dreams. There's a link in the description, and I'll put a YouTube annotation somewhere around here. Oh, and by the way, today's my birthday, so I think this is going to be an awesome way to spend my birthday. This is the last stretch of road leading to the location where the rally is being held. Now, as you can probably tell, this is pretty close to the middle of nowhere. That's not to say it's not a nice location, especially for something like this. Well, today I was quite busy, but I'll see if I can get some shots of the place tomorrow. So, let's jump right in. This is a few moments before the first talk. I'm happily chatting away there in the right corner. There were a lot of friendly and very interesting people at the rally. Oh, and for the 4% of my viewers that are from Denmark, if you're into cruising, I highly recommend you join the DOCA. And there's a link in the description for their website. This is the first of the 3 talks I attended on the first day of the rally. The guy giving the talk focused on some of the hindrances you have to overcome in order to go cruising. He started off by saying he was there to tell us why we shouldn't go cruising, which got a good amount of laughs. He talked about the cost of cruising and showed us a few examples of what it had cost people to go cruising per month. There's a link in the description to one of these examples. The couple in the example had spent just under $2,000 per month. They had spent 25% on food, 28% on maintaining their boat, 15% on mooring fees, and 9% on diesel. Of course, the cost of going cruising is going to be highly dependent on several factors. Some may spend a lot less, and some may spend a lot more. He also mentioned noonsite.com, but I'm sure you guys are already familiar with that site. If you're not, there's a link in the description. The talk he gave touched on several interesting topics. In order to keep this short, I'll only mention one more. I hope you guys will be able to see how completely ridiculous this one is. If a boat leaves the European Union for more than 3 years, you're required to pay taxes again upon entering the EU. Please note the word again. Even though the taxes have already been paid by the first owner of the boat or the owner that originally imported it into the European Union, you still have to pay. Now, depending on the country, that's going to be somewhere between 9 and 7% of your boat's value. I'm having a really hard time coming up with any good reason to why this is the case.
Grunden til, at jeg lige har det der med, det handler om, på daværende tidspunkt var vi selvstændige, så en del af vores beslutning handlede også...
This is the second of the 3 talks. As you can tell, it's a little bit later in the day and it's starting to get dark. The talk was actually given by the guy who wrote the blog post about his and his wife's monthly costs while cruising. This talk included a short walkthrough of the electronics they have aboard their boat, but it focused mainly on the typical problems one might encounter having a diesel engine aboard. Very exciting stuff. He did have one particular point that I really liked. Be sure to buy all of the tools you need to fix the most common problems aboard, including a rivet tool. But don't simply buy the most expensive tools. Find tools at a good value that are still reliable. Chances are the tools are going to start rusting pretty soon no matter what you pay.
Fra vi stod nede på havnen i Kerteminde.
Besætningen på Bliss, det var Sofie, som var 7 år på det tidspunkt.
This is the third and final talk I attended on the first day. It was given by a couple who have sailed to the Caribbean twice. Once before having kids, and then again for a second time after having kids. Their talk clearly showed that it's both possible and enjoyable to go cruising with your kids. They spent 13 months on their second voyage, and it looked like the kids were enjoying it very much. They had an awesome trip and some amazing photos and short videos. One thing they suggest is that even when traveling as a couple that have been together for many years, sit down before casting off and figure out who is responsible for what jobs aboard the boat. And to me, that certainly does seem like a good idea. It's getting late here, guys. I've just finished editing the video you've been watching, and it's way past midnight now. So I need to hurry up and get to bed so that I can get up in the morning and go back to the rally. Now this kind of video is sort of new to me, so I don't really know if you guys are gonna like it or not. Tomorrow I'll see if I can get some shots of the location where the rally is being held, and also perhaps some shots of what's going on in between the talks. No matter if you've enjoyed this video or didn't really care for it, I'd really love to hear what you guys think. So please leave a comment down below. Okay guys, that's it for this time. As always, feel free to leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, and also if you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. See you! I'm heading towards the DOCA. Hi guys! I'm heading towards the